Hey everyone. So let's dive into something that's, well, let's face it, can be a little tricky for some of us, especially if you're, a digital creator like us and single the holidays.
Yeah, it's easy to feel like you're missing out when you're seeing all those perfect couples and families.
Exactly. It's like everyone else is all coupled up, celebrating, and we're here, like glued to our screens, trying to make content magic happen.
Right.
But you know what? What if I told you that being single during the holidays, especially as a creator, could actually be like a secret weapon?
Oh, I like where you're going with this.
Yeah, like a superpower, right?
Right.
And that's what we're diving into today.
All right, lay it on me.
So there's this really insightful article, Being Single as a Digital Creator During the Holidays, Turning Solitude into Opportunity. And honestly, the title says it all.
Solitude into opportunity, love it.
Right. So we're going to take this so-called downside and flip the script, turn it into pure content gold. You ready?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Okay, so the first thing this article hits on is all about, well, rewriting your holiday story. Like ditching those expectations,
You mean those expectations like you're supposed to be in a relationship by now, all that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All that pressure to have that perfect holiday, with a partner, it's everywhere, especially when you're like endlessly scrolling through social media.
Ugh, tell me about it. It's like a holiday rom-com marathon in every feed.
Right. And I think this is where we as creators, we can use our platform, our voice to show everyone that there's not just one way to celebrate.
Absolutely. We can show that there's so much joy and so many ways to celebrate, even if you're solo. And that's got to resonate with a lot of people.
It's like being a voice for everyone who's ever felt kind of left out of those picture-perfect holiday narratives,
For sure. And the article even talks about like documenting these unique traditions you create.
Ooh, yeah. I'm already picturing it. A solo holiday feast, cooking video, that'd be fun. Or maybe like a vlog. My unconventional holiday traditions.
Yes, I love it. Or you could even do like, I don't know, holiday decor for one. Or
Ooh, holiday gift wrap hacks when you only have two hands.
Exactly. It's all about that unique spin.
Right. And imagine inviting your viewers to share their own unique traditions too. It's like turning it into this big, awesome community thing.
Exactly.
I love that. It's like instead of focusing on what we think we're lacking, we're turning it into this opportunity for connection and creativity.
100%. And that actually ties in perfectly with the next point, which is all about, supercharging your productivity.
Yeah.
Like, think about it while everyone else is busy with family stuff and holiday parties.
You're like, time to finally tackle that project.
Yes. Exactly. You might have like a surprising amount of free time, like seriously free time.
Okay, so that's true. I've definitely had those holidays where it's like, whoa, my schedule's wide open. But then, I don't know, sometimes I get a little like overwhelmed by all that open space.
You mean like now what?
Yeah. So any tips on like how to actually maximize that time without, totally burning out? Like how do you stay focused?
Well, time blocking is a game changer. It's not just about, scheduling work, but also like scheduling breaks, downtime. Think of it like designing your ideal work day, but like stretched out over the whole holiday period.
Okay, I see. So instead of being like, okay, I'm going to work on this all day, it's more like, all right, from 9 to 11, I'm focused on this specific task, then a break, then back to it.
Exactly. Breaking it down into, those focused chunks with clear goals. That way you're way less likely to get distracted and, fall into that endless scroll hole.
So true. That scroll hole can be dangerous. And I feel like this is where the article's suggestion about creating holiday-themed content, but with like a twist, could really be powerful.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Instead of trying to force yourself into those traditional holiday molds, you can really play with those themes from like your own unique perspective.
Right. And, it doesn't have to be like super complicated. It could be something simple, like a vlog called What It's Like Being Single for the Holidays. That's got to be relatable to a lot of people.
Totally. And you could even like weave in practical tips or funny observations, to keep it lighthearted.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
It's honest, it's relatable, it's festive, but not in like a cheesy way. Or what about this? A self-care gift guide for the solo soul.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's great.
Right. It's still relevant to the season, but from a totally different angle.
I like it. You could feature products or, I don't know, experiences that are specifically like designed for relaxation and self-care.
Or DIY ideas, like for a pampering night in. Ooh, it's making me want to like brainstorm some content.
Me too.
But okay, real talk for a second. While all this, extra time and creative freedom is amazing, we got to be real about the potential downside.
What do you mean?
The holidays, I mean, they can get lonely, like really lonely.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially when, social media is flooded with everyone else's perfect family gatherings and, those romantic getaways, those perfect snowy cabins with the roaring fire.
Oh, yeah. It's easy to feel, I don't know, left out.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the comparison game kicks into overdrive during the holidays. It's like
Okay.
everyone else is living their best holiday life, and I'm here, like, with my cat and Netflix.
Yeah. But the article, it suggests that instead of, falling into that comparison trap, we can actually use our platform to combat that isolation. What do you think about that?
I think it's brilliant. It's like, instead of passively scrolling through everyone else's, highlight reels, we're actively creating something that invites, interaction, real sharing.
Oh, I like that. Turning it from like a one-way stream of content into a two-way dialogue.
Exactly. And the article even specifically mentions things like live streams or maybe Q&As or even like virtual holiday parties. What are your thoughts on that? I've been wanting to do more live streams, but I always get, a little nervous.
Yeah.
Like, how do you make those engaging, especially during the holidays?
Well, a themed live stream could be fun.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Like, I don't know, holiday baking fails, or maybe like a gift wrapping challenge, something lighthearted,
Ooh, I love that. It's festive, it's relatable, and it takes the pressure off of being, perfect.
Exactly. And don't forget, you can use those interactive features like polls or Q&A boxes to keep people engaged.
Right. And you can even encourage people to share their own stories, their own holiday experiences.
Exactly. It's all about building that sense of community.
And who knows, maybe by opening up about our own, experiences with loneliness, we can help other people feel less alone too. It's like, hey, I'm not perfect. I struggle with this too.
That's so powerful. And speaking of opening up, the article also talks about like celebrating you during the holidays. I mean, it's easy to get swept up in all the chaos and forget about taking care of yourself.
Oh yeah, that's so true, especially for creators. We're always on, always hustling.
Exactly. So what are some things, that single creators can do to really prioritize their well-being during the holidays?
Well, I think setting boundaries is huge, but I'll admit I'm still working on that. It's tough, especially with family sometimes.
Yeah, but it's so important. It's like you have the right to protect your mental and emotional well-being.
Totally. Like, you don't owe anyone an explanation for your relationship status.
Mm-hmm.
And you definitely don't have to, engage in conversations that make you uncomfortable.
Exactly. You don't. And you know what? It's okay to have, a pre-planned response ready.
Oh, like what?
Like, I don't know, I'm really focusing on my career right now, and I'm happy with where I am in life. Something like that.
Ooh, I like that. Short, sweet, and to the point.
Right. It's all about setting those boundaries and, doing what feels right for you. And speaking of doing what feels right, the article also talks about, the importance of giving back during the holidays.
Oh, yeah. It's like focusing on others can actually boost your mood. It's kind of crazy how that works.
It's true. It
Yeah.
really can shift your whole perspective. But how do you think, how can creators incorporate that into their work, especially during the holidays?
Well, there are so many ways to use your platform for good. Like, you could partner with a local charity, you could do a fundraising drive.
Or you could highlight other organizations that are doing amazing work in your community.
Yes. And you know what I think would be really cool? Like a collaboration with other creators, maybe like a joint fundraising stream.
Oh, that's a great idea. Or what about Gifts That Give Back, holiday gift guide featuring ethical and sustainable brands?
Yes. Love that. It's
Yeah.
like a win-win-win. You're spreading holiday cheer, you're supporting a cause you believe in, and you might even reach a whole new audience.
And you're reinforcing that idea that, even if you're celebrating solo, you're not alone. You can build your own community, your own support systems.
It's like taking that holiday spirit, and amplifying it through digital connection.
Exactly. And, I think a lot of these takeaways, they can apply to anyone who's feeling, that sense of disconnect or pressure during the holidays.
Oh, totally. It doesn't matter if you're single, coupled up, or somewhere in between. We all get caught up in the expectations, the comparisons.
So true. But, at the end of the day, the holidays are what you make of them. It's about finding what brings you joy, prioritizing your well-being, and, connecting with others in authentic ways.
It's about taking ownership, right? Like reclaiming the holidays and making them your own no matter what.
Exactly. And for all the creators out there, your perspective is valuable. Don't be afraid to share your authentic self, even, the messy parts.
Because sometimes those messy parts, those are the parts that connect with people the most. That's what makes people feel seen, understood.
It's real. It's human.
Yeah, it's like breaking down that facade of perfection and saying, hey, it's okay to not have it all figured out. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with this. How can you turn this holiday season into a period of personal and creative growth?
What traditions will you create? What stories will you share? How will you use your platform to connect, to inspire, and to make a difference?
Because you have the power to redefine what the holidays mean for you. Embrace the freedom, lean into your creativity, and don't be afraid to shine.
Who knows? This might end up being your most fulfilling holiday season yet.
That's it for this deep dive, everyone. We hope you found it insightful, inspiring, and maybe even a little bit empowering. Happy holidays and keep creating. It's like we're taking something that might feel like, I don't know, a negative and turning it into something positive.
100%. And, it just reminds us that even though we're celebrating solo, we're not alone in this.
It's like we're building our own little holiday communities.
Exactly. And you know what? While we've been talking about this from the single creator's point of view, I actually think a lot of these takeaways apply to anyone who's, feeling that pressure, that disconnect during the holidays.
Oh, absolutely. Whether you're, I don't know, single, coupled up, or somewhere in between, it's easy to get caught up in all that, what you should be doing.
It's so true. But at the end of the day, the holidays are what you make them, right? It's about finding what brings you joy, taking care of yourself, and connecting with people who matter.
Like reclaiming the holidays, making them your own. Love that.
And to all our creator friends out there, just remember, your perspective is valuable. Don't be afraid to share your authentic self, even the parts that feel, a little messy.
Because sometimes, honestly, those messy parts, those are the parts that really resonate with people. Like, that's what helps people feel seen.
Yeah, it's about showing up as you are,
Exactly. Breaking down that whole perfection thing. Like, hey, I'm figuring this out too.
It makes you human, relatable.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with this thought. How can you turn this holiday season into like a time for growth, both personally and creatively?
What traditions will you create? What stories will you share? What will you put out into the world?
Remember, you have the power to redefine what the holidays mean for you. Embrace the freedom, lean into your creativity. Don't be afraid to shine.
And who knows, this might just be your most fulfilling holiday season yet.
That's a wrap on this deep dive, everyone. Hope you found it insightful, inspiring, and maybe even a little bit empowering. Happy holidays and keep creating.